There is a brand new citizenship program available out there, just opened, no red tape, no residency requirement, no interviews, and you can get it in only 6 weeks. And it's one of the cheapest ones out there. You probably haven't heard of it yet, so you will now. And we wanted you to hear it first from us, Millionaire Migrant. Hi everyone, it's Irena here from Millionaire Migrant. Our sister company, Saver & Partners, has been processing citizenship applications for over 12 years now and processed around 11,000 applications worldwide. So you know that we're already pretty much keeping an eye on any kind of new citizenship investment programs, residency programs, and other. So I'm here today to tell you about the completely new citizenship program that just got opened a couple of days ago. Now, traditionally, a lot of people go for those programs that are already there for quite a while. Caribbeans, Portugal, Spain, Italy, Greece, and others. But what we've seen in the previous year or so is that all of those programs are either increasing the minimum investment or are increasing the time for citizenship, like Portugal, or are making some other changes like Italy and their citizenship by descent program. Now, there are new programs coming out every day. We had Nauru, now we have this one, which I will reveal shortly. But the point is that those new programs sometimes even outperform the old programs, like Caribbeans. But it won't be like that always. In due course, they will, of course, as well increase the minimum investment and are going to pretty much be the rival of other programs. If we're talking about São Tomé and Príncipe, it's a Portuguese colony that gained independence in 1975. They speak Portuguese there, and there is one hint that will help you maybe get Portuguese citizenship faster than others. I'll go into that a bit later. But São Tomé and Príncipe introduced the citizenship investment program just a couple of days ago, 1st of August. So far, it's one of the most streamlined and one of the cheapest programs out there where you can get their passport by investing approximately $90,000. It's the cheapest one out there right now. The processing time is just 6 weeks, which is the fastest one out there. Caribbeans now take even up to a year, sometimes a bit less, but still. And the most important part is that it's handled by the Citizenship by Investment unit that's based in Dubai. I will go into details a bit later on why that's important and why that's a benefit. Now, when it comes to the fees, there is an initial non-refundable submission fee that comes to around $5,000. After that, you make an investment, which is around $90,000 for a single applicant and $95,000 for a family of 2 to 4, plus additional $5,000 per applicant, per additional family member, pretty much. If you want to add dependents later, the prices are a bit different. You know, you're looking for $10,000 for spouse, $5,000 for children, and approximately around $500 for a newborn, for example. Now, if we're talking about the government fees include, the passport fee, the due diligence fee, the processing fee, the ID, and so on. It's also pretty cheap, which comes to around $750 approximately per person. Now, if we are talking about the eligible nationalities, the good thing is that in this program, pretty much everyone is accepted, including Russians, Iranians, and others, which are mostly blacklisted in most of the citizenship investment programs out there. The only nationality that's restricted, it's the North Korean. Now, we're talking about the eligible dependents. Obviously, you have spouse. The good thing is that your children can apply if they are up to the age of 30, unmarried, and financially dependent on you. And you're looking at the parents above 55 years of age and the future dependents, the newborn, the new spouse, and so on. If we're talking about the passport, it's not the strongest one out there. It's in 145th place, approximately. It offers visa-free travel to only 71 countries. However, it does offer visa-free travel to countries like Malaysia, Costa Rica, Panama, South Africa, and others. Now, if we're talking about the citizenship, and I gave you a hint before, what's important is that at this moment, the rules are still the same when it comes to the Portuguese citizenship, right? So you can get the Portuguese citizenship after a period of 5 years of either living there or if you have a golden visa, just visiting once every 2 years, 2 weeks per 2 years. Now, if we're talking about you having São Tomé and Príncipe passport, and you want to move to Portugal, you can also get it as per current rules after a period of 5 years. So it doesn't make a lot of difference. But what is good is that, good for São Tomé and Príncipe passport holders, not so much for everybody else and for Portuguese. But if Portugal decides to increase the citizenship time from 5 years to 10 years, that would mean that if you have a São Tomé and Príncipe passport, you can get naturalized after only 7 years instead of 10. That's a good thing. The bad thing, again, depends on whom, but you have to take a language test. Now, Originally, everybody thought that you don't have to take the language test because it's a Portuguese colony. But Portugal has the rules in place, which says that even the former colonies of Portugal do have to take the language test. They're only counting that you're already speaking the language. But anyways, the language test is required. Now, this will only happen in case that Portugal increases the time from 5 years to 10 years. Again, if it doesn't, then the citizenship time is pretty much the same for you and for everybody else. Now, I mentioned before that the processing time is around 6 weeks, which again is one of the fastest one out there at the moment. The Citizenship Investment Unit is based in Dubai, and apart from that, the new application will start at early September. We still don't know the exact date, but we know that it will be early September. Now, let's talk about our opinion at Millionaire Migrant, with the experience that we had from Saver and Partners, whether we would recommend it and whether, we would do it. Now, if I'm being honest, the process seems very straightforward and fast. We don't again know the details, but as per the information that's been shared with us so far, it looks pretty good. The good thing about generally the Citizenship Investment Unit being based in Dubai is that there will be no problems with transferring the funds. We all know that even with Vanuatu, not to mention, or, Nauru still doesn't have big of a reputation, but especially the Caribbeans as well, there are usually some problems when it comes to the banking. So since the Citizenship Investment Unit will be based in Dubai, technically all the investment will be transferred to Dubai. So there are no banking problems. Apart from that, the main benefit, again, as I mentioned, is the naturalization time needed for Portugal. So again, in case that Portugal decides to increase the citizenship time from 5 years to 10 years, that would mean that you can get their citizenship. If you have this passport, you can get their citizenship in a period of 7 years. Just don't forget the language test. Now, what matters is, if you ask me whether I would do it or if I would recommend our clients that they do it, I would recommend that you do not be a sacrifice pig. I would probably let a couple of applicants pass the application and get their passport, gain more details a bit on how the process looks like, and whether, the processing time is really 6 weeks or not. Again, we will know that in September. But I would wait for a couple of applicants to go, and then after that, I would definitely recommend it. Now, here at Millionaire Migrant, this is basically what we do. So we will help you process your application. We will help you process your residency permit, open a new bank accounts, open the companies, even have support with real estate department. Now, what we do is that we create pretty much a holistic blueprint for you that's only for you and nobody else can use it because it's specific for you and your situation, your tax, your lifestyle, your goals, and others. So if you're interested in hearing more about this, let us have a chat. Here you can have a QR link which you can scan, and again,